already been a morning. So I woke up at 5 and the alarm went off and I was ready to exercise. I actually went out and I started and my stomach was hurting so bad. I made it through 15 minutes and I'm just like, this is just sheer madness. Why am I working through something that is just miserable? So I stopped and I had to listen to my body. My body was telling me no at that moment. Maybe later today it'll be telling me yes. So I actually came out and I finished editing a video, which I'm getting ready to post. It's finishing processing. I'm getting ready to post it. And Jason left at about 6:30 and I cleaned the bird cage because yesterday I talked about how Kiwi has been a bitch in the morning. He doesn't want to leave his sleeping cage. He's bitey. He's just a pain. So this morning I moved him. He was being a bitch again and I went to put him in his day cage, his big cage. And I'm just like, we haven't cleaned it. We were supposed to clean it this week and we were supposed to clean it last weekend and we just kind of got sidetracked. So this morning I actually pulled out his sleeping cage into the living room and he readily went into it and he watched me as I cleaned his big cage. And the whole time he's sitting there going, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do think he does kind of know what thank you means, but does he really? I don't know. But I cleaned his cage and when I went to put him back into his day cage, he readily went, he was chirping, he seemed happier, so hopefully his bitchiness will be gone. Here you go. Time for a new cage, clean, clean cage. Time for a clean cage, yes, yes, yes. Time for a clean cage, yes. Good boy. I have to take the dog out. She is whining to go out really bad, and this evening I will actually clean the nighttime cage. So I'll clean that one tonight after work. I actually haven't had breakfast yet, but I'm all good with that. I have my water ready for the day. I have my vitamins ready for the day. I'm going to have my breakfast. I'm going to take the dog out. And my lunchtime, I'm running to a Sheetz to drop a pair of shoes that I'm selling. And this afternoon after work, I'm running to a different Sheetz to drop off 2 other pairs of shoes that I'm selling. So I'll be busy this afternoon. I do have outside work. I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but you know what? That's the day. Let me get this dog outside so I can get inside and have some breakfast. Breakfast today is Fit and Active Vitality. It's kind of like a Special K with strawberries. Delicious. I have my vitamins here. These are Jason's. And I have my first water ready to roll. So Zoe and I are outside to play this morning before I go to work, but she seems to never want to eat her food inside. She likes her picnic outside. It's like a picnic breakfast. She eats it like crazy outside. Inside, she won't eat it at all. So we're outside to play, but here she goes eating. So in my weekend, I actually talked about getting shoes. And I am going to talk about the importance of shoes today. The last couple months, I've been like, oh my word, my feet and my legs just ache. It's terrible. We would go grocery shopping and my feet and legs would just be like, oh my word, lead weight, harsh. It would hurt. It was terrible. And it didn't hit me. I don't know why, because I know this, but it didn't hit me until like literally Friday that I'm like, oh, I bet they're hurting because my shoes are worn out. So I made it a goal Saturday to actually take the time and get shoes. And we had to go walk through the mall. We had to go into a bunch of stores and my feet and my legs were so sore. My legs were just achy. Now, it's not an ache that lasts. I mean, it just is there. My legs felt heavy. And I'm like, this is miserable. So I bought my shoes, came home, I was happy. And then yesterday we went up to REI in Mechanicsburg and we walked around a lot up there. And I was in my new shoes. Guess whose legs didn't hurt at all? This girl. So I just want to talk to you about the importance of having good gear. It really does make a difference in how your body responds. It was so important that I was up there at REI and I was looking and I was like, let me look at some landscapes, because they are some hiking boots that I bought a while back. They're a lightweight hiking boot. They're an ultralight. And I bought them to hike, but it's just too light for me for hiking. We hike in the Appalachian, in the area around Pennsylvania a lot. And that's a very rocky area. And I'm like, yeah, that's not working for me for those. So I have to wear a heavier hiking boot. But I started wearing them for just daily use and for everything. And oh my word, I love them. And I have actually worn that pair out. The guts are gone in those too, so they don't really feel all that awesome for me. And I really wasn't planning on buying a second pair of shoes. And they didn't have the landscapes. I tried on a few other pairs, but I'm like, no, I like my landscapes. I'm going to stick with them. Well, the sales lady was like, hold on, let me see if we have them online. So she looked and she's like, oh, they're $91. They're normally a $180 shoe. And I'm like, oh my word. So I ended up buying a pair of Solo's Landscapes also. And they'll be coming to me in the mail. They are waterproof. I'll be wearing them more for usual. And then for yard work, I'll probably still wear the old ones and keep them crappy, but that's okay. So I actually got 2 pairs of shoes. And Jason actually has been having the same problem. So he bought a pair of shoes yesterday at REI, and we were talking and just in the difference from the time we bought them, he wore them out of the store. And then through the day, he's like, oh my word, my knee's not bothering me. This is awesome. So I went online and I found him a pair of Landscapes, which he likes his too, and his are also bad. And his were knocked down to $110, and they were actually normally about $200 per pair of shoes. So he's getting a pair of Solo Landscapes also. So we each got 2 new pairs of shoes. We spent a lot of money because, shoes are not cheap. But it's a good thing, and you know what? It might not be cheap, but it's important for our overall health. Health doesn't just mean being thin. It doesn't just mean being fit and active. Health is actually taking care of your joints, of your body, of your bones, of your muscles, and the good shoes does that. So buy some good shoes. So, tried grapes again this week. Also tried strawberries, haven't tried them yet. But the grapes, they're like the hardest grapes I've ever had. I mean, can you hear that? They're like hard. They're crunching. These are the crunchiest grapes I've ever had. Don't taste horrible. Aren't the best grapes I've ever had, though. Crunchy grapes. Who knew? Monday's in the books. For lunch, I don't think I talked about it. Or did I? Yes. For lunch. After lunch, I really wasn't hungry, so I did eat a couple of those really hard grapes and a couple bites of my strawberries, but I wasn't really hungry, so I put them back. And then for dinner tonight, we had lasagna. I put it together yesterday, and we had that with baked zucchini parmesan, which is my favorite way to eat zucchini. I've actually had that on the channel here. And then I had a piece of garlic bread. My calories are in line, a little bit higher because I did have a cookie today. It's okay. I'm living life. That's what I want. I want to live life, and that's what I'm doing. So tonight I'm just going to work a little bit more on the recipes. I only have probably maybe 5-10 recipes that are loose that I need to put through, and then I can actually start looking through cookbooks to find the recipes that are in the margins from my mom. So I'm making really good headway on that one. I will be at my mom's tomorrow night, so I'll probably pick up more pictures to scan because I'm digitizing all of our family pictures. I had started this project about 10 years ago, and I had gone through a lot of our photo albums, and that's awesome because they're done. But now I'm just picking up pictures that are randomly located throughout the house and digitizing them and adding them through and putting them together. So just doing that, getting that square, and who knows what else I'll get into. But Monday, one day down in the week. Continuing on. Let's get this week over because I'm already looking forward to the weekend. Welcome to Tuesday morning. It's 5:30. I've already got 4,700 steps for the day. Good start. I really am a creature of habit. More Special K with strawberries, or actually the Aldi version. Delicious. So this morning I actually weighed myself. I weigh myself most every day. And I've been watching my weight, and I've been like, okay, I can't wait to see what I did this month because, it's looking like I might have a loss. And this morning I got on the scales and it was not a loss. It was actually a lot higher. It's really, really frustrating because I'm just like, dude, I'm doing what's right. Yes, I've had a couple extra cookies, over the last couple of days, but they're accounted for and I'm okay. So what's up with the weight? And I have to remind myself that I am starting to try to drink my water. Typically when I actually start, I am usually dehydrated. And when I start drinking, my body holds on to every ounce of water. And that means I'm not going to the bathroom as often as I should. And that's the case. I am going to the bathroom, but it's not as often as it should be for how much I'm drinking. I know that in a couple days I'm going to be like, oh, don't have to hold on to my water like a camel because she's giving me water every day. But until then, my body's going to hold on to every ounce. Now, that day that my body decides to let go of the water, I'll be in the bathroom constantly, but that's okay. So I know from experience that this happens. I also know that maybe The monthly cycle could be happening. I'm in my 50s. It happens when it wants to happen at this point. But I know typically I am very teary. I cry a lot before, and that's usually my indicator. My mom died 2 weeks ago. I cry all the time right now. So, who knows? So both of those issues could be into play, but I'm not going to let it get me because I am still doing what's right. I am being healthy for my body, and that is what matters. The weight, it'll follow. Lunch is another bowl of broccoli cheese soup and some more of the crunchy grapes. Oh, I had a banana here for a mid-morning snack too. So yeah, don't know what's happening with my hair, but anyway, I'll look this way. So work has been really crazy lately, so it was a long day. So when work was over, I actually went into my mother's house, and my brother and I are going through a lot of personal belongings from my parents. It's actually a lot of good memories. We're able to laugh, we're able to cry, we're able to see what's there, and we are working through a lot of the personal effects. So we're actually working on that portion of the end of their lives. And it was a good time. I came home and we just had leftover lasagna for dinner. And so it was an easy dinner. I was just tired because it was already like 8 o'clock by the time I got home. So I was tired and forgot to film my lasagna. But it looked like regular lasagna. My day is over. I am very happy with my steps for the day. I'm very happy with my steps. I'm also very happy with my water. I've been doing really good with water. And so I'm ready to continue on and see where my healthy habits take me. No excuses.